and welcome to episode 7 of Ask Anagen. We have Kimmy in the house.
Hello.
The clicker, Mark, up to talk about some fantastic things, and then I'm here as usual. Today, we had a question come in from Monique, and she wrote to us about having cowlicks. And I'd like to clear something up right away because apparently there's 3 different spellings for cowlick.
Oh.
And Google says that it is pronounced the cow way, so C-O-W, just to get everyone straight on that.
Cowlick.
Cowlick. Yeah, so thanks Google.
Not cowlick.
No.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and you have to say cowlick. Cowlick. Okay, so Monique, couple things. Not having a sense to your length of hair because I wasn't able to check you back out on Facebook because you got through email, but a few different things here. One is going to be, first, you really have to focus as to where your cowlick is. I feel that a lot of people, when challenged around your front hairline, I'm going to address that a little bit because if you have one towards the back of the head, usually it's something that can be balanced well with a haircut. So first things first, I would say, depending on what your morning routine is, you definitely want to at least get that cowlick tamed if you're not going to be blow drying it right away. So what I mean by that is brush it into position, and even if you have to pin it, you can use a creaseless clip while you're doing your makeup or putting your foundation on or doing whichever part of your regimen that you start. When you actually go into styling, basically, a good volume product, anything that's going to have a bit of hold to it and upset the cowlick by blow drying it opposite of where it lives and really keep it moving all around. The trick to this is when it goes into the setting phase, when the hair starts to cool, that's really where we want to have it in place for how you'd like to wear your hair for that day. So big thing is volume product first, very specific blow dry with really, really nice brushes, and then let it cool. So hopefully that tames your cowlick. It's kind of interesting to think like Google says that you're supposed to like envision a cow licking your head.
Oh.
And have you ever had a cow lick you your head before?
Once. Not going to share that story.
Ooh.
Not the right place.
Okay. So Monique, hopefully that helps you out. Second question we're going to jump into came from Danielle. And Danielle sounds like she has a habit that's kind of unfortunate, and it's picking acne. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Kimberly.
Danielle, your question, you keep picking your acne and it keeps coming back. That's very common. I come in touch with a lot of people who have this problem, and my advice is leave it alone. It's a hard habit to break, but you must not touch it. Touching it with dirty hands causes the bacteria to spread. Sometimes acne just wants to be sassy and it doesn't even want to come out. It just wants to inflame and then go away on its own because you could spread the infection underneath as well. And touching it, picking it off, peeling it could cause pigmentation and scarring. So best bet, just leave it alone. I've been coming into this question a lot lately. So I went to an advanced training to address some of my acne clients. I learned about an oxygen facial. And acne can't survive in oxygen, which is what happens underneath the skin. And it inflames. So as soon as we can get some oxygen flowing and your blood flowing, the acne will no longer come to the surface.
Cool. So with the idea then, the whole oxygen piece, because I've never heard that before, ever. Is this a new thing?
With PCA, it is new. There's different types of acids within the oxygenating facial that addresses oily skin, dry skin, acne, and pigmentation. So kind of address whatever you are looking to target, kind of like an Advil. Wherever the pain is, it'll go towards.
So like, when you have someone that picks their skin, do you feel they're doing that just because they're looking at it and it's bothering them? It's not healing fast enough? What do you feel like a lot of that's caused from?
Typically as humans, we see a blister, we see something, we just want it gone, and we think picking it will get rid of it, but it's really just making it worse and causing long-term damage versus like a pimple could come up and just go away within a week. But if you're picking it, it'll keep coming back and make it worse.
Right, because you're just putting more bacteria there.
Yes.
Is there anything from that sense that you could apply just to have it heal faster? What do you recommend in that space?
When it comes to acne, I don't believe in drying everything out. I believe in adding a little bit more moisture because the drier it is, the more it'll flake off and cause damage.
Right.
So the more hydrated it is, it'll go away faster for a smoother, softer finish. And so PCA has some creams and gels that help with that hydrate, but also get rid of it as well.
Cool. Fantastic. So hopefully, Danielle, we have you to clear complexion, just like the sky is really, really clear and pretty today. Fantastic. We are going to move on to Robin, and Robin is a YN for all those that are wondering. Her question was, why are there so many brushes? And which one is for me?
I'll take this question. I have an array of brushes here to answer this. So I don't know what kind of hair Robin has, but hopefully she can choose the brush that best suits her from what I'm about to explain to everybody. There are many brushes because there's many types of hair out there and different heads. So picking the right brush is super important. You're not wasting money on just trying a bunch of different things, right? Like no one likes at all, from skin to hair products to brushes to clothing. Like I want to try and make sure it's right and invest in it. So the brushes we have here, I'm going to start on this end because a lot of it comes down, just kidding, I'm going to start on the other end. It comes down to start to finishing. So starting, I want to bring up this beautiful piece. This is from my personal collection. It's my signature brush. It's a wet brush. What is a wet brush? Many people know this already. They've been around for a while, but I really want to get into it because a lot of people think like, oh, I've just grown up with them, so I'm going to keep it in my arsenal of my hair army. But why am I using it? What's its purpose? So first of all, it is a brush that has flexible bristles. There's a big difference between this one and something like a paddle brush with similar looking bristles. They're a lot more tough on the paddle brush. These are super flexible because when you're brushing your hair when it's wet, it's most flexible. It can stretch more. So like a rubber band. And if you're using something with stiffer bristles and going through that and you hit a knot, what happens is those stiffer bristles will just rip right through that knot. These, they're flexible, so they're gonna like flick off and just go past that knot, and you can get through it easier. We should know by now, hopefully people have taught you this, that you should brush your hair from the ends to your scalp to create a clear path. Using this helps with breakage first and foremost, versus a stiffer bristle. A lot of girls come in and you see a lot of flyaways, you hear people talk about like, I got layers, but they're way up here. Well, someone didn't cut them in. I think it's more less breakage. So that's what this big brush is for. Wet brush is used in wet hair with a really great sleeking product like a leave-in conditioner of sorts to really get through everything, make it nice and smooth to start the next step, which is the styling. So wet brush, soft bristles, comes in an array of sizes. You can get them oval like this. You can get a big paddle brush. You can get them round. Go online, come into the salon, go wherever you want to. Invest in one of these from short to long hair. I think these are super duper important, especially if you're trying to grow and you want to see a lot of break pieces. I think it's super smart. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and they do come in other colors. What's that?
Saved my life. I love this brush.
It's amazing. So going into the next brush that you would use for just brushing hair is a paddle brush. This is really meant for longer hair girls with straighter hair. You don't want to pass through with curly hair too much with this, but with long hair, it's really, really easy, especially if you have so much of it, you get through it. I mean, look at the mass of it. So if you have a lot of hair, you can get through a lot. And this one's really used to brush through it after you've gone through it and really got the right products in there. And this is for heat styling. So you're going to use your blow dryer with this. Just go through with a couple passes on each side. Whatever you end up doing, you just get good mass, good control, and you're not going to be tugging too much. Wide bristles means thick hair can glide through it nice and easily. Finer hair can as well. It's a good big brush for lots of hair. So this is why you would use this one in the end for blow drying. It does have a pad on the inside here as well, which I think just it soaks up some of that water, and it also just gives a little control. It's a bit rubbery, so it's not going to help catch the hair and stretch it, but it's definitely going to give it that control to keep it straighter and in its place through these bristles. Also, these ones that we have here come with this really awesome attachment that flips out to be a little bit of a needle that helps with your sectioning. So you just kind of glide it through the hair, clip it. So you get good clean parting. Right. Clean partings just make for an easier styling, I think, for anybody. Moving on to the next set of brushes, we have two round brushes. There's hundreds of sizes in these, you would agree, right? I mean, I think this is the smallest I've seen here in Salon. There are much more tinier ones, like half-inch, quarter-inch kind of things. And then there's big Berthas like this. They serve different purposes. I want to talk about this one first because everyone wants and seems like they can achieve volume in their hair. We get it every day in salon, like my hair's flat here, my hair's flat here, and how can I make it bigger? There are products, of course, and a little bit of blow dry know-how, and a little assistance from a round brush. So this one is really meant for the rooted area. You could use this on shorter hair, like a really great bob, if you really want that sharp bend coming in, or if you want to create some texture within those layers, you can definitely use this one. But I really point my clients to this just for some volume lift at the roots. So you're really taking this, over-directing the hair over. I don't even show you. Let me get that needle out. So I'm going to grab my section of hair. I'm going to take my section of hair over the brush, and with my heat on one side, push this over, moving it, twisting it with the heat, and then coming back over and letting it cool a little bit. Use your cool button. That's not supposed to happen when you have really great product in it. My hair's dry out for the day, but I promise it won't catch. They really made really great brown brushes, right? So it will glide smoothly, and you're going to hit it, heat the heat, over direct, push it back over, and let it cool. The longer it is in that over directed cool position, the more volume you'll get out of there. Right? And then if you want it for a little bit of texture wave throughout, you're going to just continue curling it around the barrel of the brush, hitting it with a cool button, and then just dropping it. And you'll get a little bit of that textured, lived-in texture kind of wave from these. So again, smaller the round brush, the more volume you can achieve through up here, and a little bit of texture on those shorter haired styles. This big mama is for longer haired people. Obviously, if you have something that's above the ear, you're not going to use this. It'd just be senseless. But the long-haired girls, medium length long, this is to give you good bend. You could push it up here a little bit, but it's not going to get you too much because of how wide it is. Naturally, up on top here, you're going to get 1/4 inch of build from volume naturally without back combing. So don't use it up there. Use it at your ends. It's good for smoothing. It's vented, you can dry it nicely, and you're gonna get that soft curved bend from a bob to longer. So this is really meant for the end styling results. I think it would be really, really nice. Beautiful. I promise it will glide through smoothly with the right products. And you'll love the end result. You'll get that soft bend. And the airy movie texture that you can't get from just blow drying your hair in a flat iron. These two give you that bounce and movement that every girl desires, right? I think everyone's like, I see those commercials, I see their hair move so flawlessly beautiful. And it's because the air cushion that we're kind of creating with brushes. So really, really, really think about what brush you're buying for these two, and ask your stylist to help you learn how to use them on yourself. We will take our time and help you for sure. The last one is my favorite one. This is a combo brush. These also come in different sizes, but this is the one I prefer to use just because of the sectioning that I use here for my own craft. But it's smaller, I think it's just easier to use. When it's something like this, and you have long hair, yeah, it makes sense, but smaller is a little more controlled. So this is a combo nylon and boar's hair bristle. Boar's hair is really, really fine, and there's lots of different pieces to it that really can grab the hair, where these just nylon pieces, they're longer, they flex, they can only do so much and help in styling and smoothing. But this is the one that is like a flat iron and a styler at once almost in a brush, I think I would call it that maybe. Because of the boar's hair, it's taking that cuticle, which is the outer layer of your hair, and smoothing it out as you style. Using heat and the combo of this, you can skip that flat iron afterwards once you've mastered how to use it. And it's a really beautiful result, again, going to the airy texture, airy bounce that you can still get with something like this. To use this though, this one has more grit. You need great products in the hair before you start using this because it's going to catch things as it goes out. But if you do follow the correct steps of a wet brush, getting the product in there, you won't have any trouble. This is so easy to use like any of the other ones, but it's just a combo that saves you a step afterwards if you don't feel like flat ironing. If you're running behind, if you just don't want to add more heat, because heat can mean damage if you don't have great heat protectants in it. So this is an amazing brush. Ask a stylist to use it, come in and get a wash with us, and we'll use it on you. The results are fantastic. So easy to use. I'm not going to show you how to use them, of course, but again, like I said, ask your stylist how to use these and/or great tutorials online.
Beautiful. So Robin, hopefully that clears it up a little bit for you on the sense of what brushes you need to be buying for at home. Beautiful. Guys, thank you so much. Keep the questions rolling, and we will see you in about a week's time on episode 8, and I think it's going to be about the sun. So stay tuned.
Thanks.
Bye.
Leave.